Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late January, moving into early February 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Geminis out there. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My gods, talk to me. What do we got for the Geminis? As we are in Aquarius season, lots happening in the stars for you, my friends. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. Well, let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got. For Gemini, please. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me about my friends. One card nice and quick. And for those of you that are new here, I only read jumpers. That's why I'm doing these little shuffles. The card's being very specific for you this week. Okay, High Priestess energy showing straight up front. Yeah, you might be very much energetically sensitive, or more so than usual when this card's here. Big water sign energy as well. So there's a lot of aspects to her. She's also mysterious. There's a secretive energy as well. But before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about it. So, this isn't a tarot deck. Obviously, it's an oracle deck. But this image, this card in particular, reminds me so much of the High Priestess. We have this older divine feminine figure. She has a crystal ball with a key in it. There's a lockbox next to her as well. So this does imply some sort of hidden knowledge, secret knowledge as well. So first and foremost, as I already mentioned, in this time, your powers of empathy, your energetic sensitivity could be heightened. Whether you naturally have that gift or not so much, just know it could be amped up quite a bit. So make sure you're protecting yourself energetically. That's very important. Your intuition could be going crazy in this time. So it would be up to you and your discernment if you're going to follow your intuition with whatever situations you're going through. But once again, another thing with High Priestess energy, very spiritually in tune, very spiritually inclined, which you might be as well. If that's not the case, she is the card of surprise and unexpected mystery, secrecy. So for a lot of you, there might be some mysteries you're dealing with, or there might be unexpected things popping up. We'll just have to see. We're going to put her down right there. We're going to get into tarot now. And I always say the first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's see what we have for you in tarot. Let's get these first three cards out before we get into the intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time for Gemini, please and thank you. And while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. It was titled A Surprising Return. So just know, if something or someone hasn't returned, that energy has been in the ether for you for quite a while. And I don't always say it's a person. It could be anything from like behaviors and habits and feelings. That energy could still bleed over for the coming days and weeks. So don't be surprised if things pop back up in this time, okay? But we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. So let's get it going here. 3 cards to start. For the Geminis, the deck is jumping. It wants to talk to you. Let's see what we have for Gemini. Quick. That one came out nice and quick. Okay, we got communication. We got our good little friend here. The Page of Cups. Conversation, huh? Messages. That could be very important. Let's get a couple more out here. See what we have for Gemini. Thank you. 3 of Wands. Manifesting something, creating something. I'm picking up powerful energies. I'm already picking up a lot of powerful energy, even though these aren't major arcana. Let's get one more for Gemini. Late January, early February. Hey, we got our good friend, the King of Cups, a.k.a. Kyle of Cups himself, without a beard. He is holding a goblet. He's having himself a beverage. Let's go through, my friends. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. If you look down here in the box, first look, first glance, I'm already seeing a bit of a pattern, a maturation, a change, because we have the double water on each side. Water in tarot divination represents emotion, just like this High Priestess, very watery. You know, a lot of people link her to Pisces, but I link her to all water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So there's this deep emotional, intuitive energy in this week's reading. And notice we go from page to manifestation to the King. It's like we have the bookends of the court card. So this is going to be intriguing for us to really go through piece by piece, picking up power. But there's a change, there's a maturation. Let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number one, we have the youngest of the water court cards, our good friend, the Page of Cups. Now, pages in tarot, once again, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with this Page of Cups. All pages are students. They represent new cycles, new ventures, new endeavors. They're also messengers and students, right? So whether it's learning new things, new abilities, new skills, literally a card of students or younger individuals as well. The Page of Cups is that of emotional expression, right? So it could be a talk, it could be a message, it could be a communication of some sort, where somebody just lets their feelings out in a very powerful way, whether that's something you're craving, whether that's something you're wanting to do. But there's a little bashfulness here, because when we go from page through a journey to the king, it's like this page energy is bashful to the king. So there could be some sort of shyness or bashfulness. I know Geminis are not shy, but I'm just giving you little inklings here. Now, all cards have challenges. I always say that. The challenge of the Page of Cups when it's in reverse, it could be somebody that can't quite verbalize how they're feeling, or they're possibly feeling confused or not speaking, okay, or speaking in a harsh way. So we're going to have to really see what's up when we get to the clarifier of it. But remember, this is just where we're starting here, okay? Another thing when we have cards with a lot of individuals, lots of people, specifically of the cup suit, could represent romance and love, even though I'm not only a love reader. That could be a possibility for some of you. So love could be in the air. But moving to the center, we have the Three of Wands. Looks like a plain card, right? It's really not. It's a powerful card of manifesting, of creating. So for a lot of you, you might purposely be doing it. Your powers of manifestation could be heightened in this time, whether you know it or you don't. This could also be someone that's waiting on something, someone who's in a waiting period. Generally, when I see this Three of Wands, something's about to happen, because notice you have this person, they're looking out on the horizon, the ships are right there, they're coming in, so something could be imminent, something could be coming soon, quick, when this card is here. So that's a good sign. Other things this could represent: travel, it could represent distance between you and an individual, possibly. We don't always have to go that route. Now, when we look at the challenge of this Three of Wands, there may be impatience there, whether you or another individual, okay? This isn't a really tough card. Yes, it could also represent strategy and planning. I'm not seeing a lot of planners here just yet, but we'll dig into that further as well. Now, moving to the back end, we have our good friend here, the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself, chilling right there. Now, kings in tarot, in any suit, represent control of their respective suits. So when we see the King of Cups, it's the full embodiment of the energy of the suit. So it could represent controlling your feelings, controlling your emotions, evolving, maturing in one way or another. If this isn't a person, once again, a huge card of creativity. It's a card of love and deep emotion, love and care with both of these court cards. So there are other individuals showing up in your spread this week. When I see the King of Cups in the upright, it's the best way we want to receive that. But remember, in reverse, the King of Cups could be someone that throws a few back sometimes. It could be somebody that's emotionally unstable or even manipulative. So I don't want to just go that route. I don't want to be too positive or too challenging, because it's really important when we go into clarify. But these are good signs, right? When we have the page evolving, turning into the king, there's like a maturation process. There's a journey of some sort, especially with the Three of Wands. So I want to dive deeper on all of the Gemini. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my Geminis, please. Guides and spirit team. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Page of Cups. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Gemini, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Page of Cups time. Why is this page here? Thank you. This could be a very stern, serious talk that needs to be had or has been needed for quite a while. We have Justice in reverse. That's something I'm picking up here initially. Justice could represent a Libra, so watch out for bumping heads or having issues with a Libra in particular. When I see Justice, it could be so many different things. It could be legal issues. It could be about fairness and balance. So when I see Lady Justice in reverse, of course we could pick up the karmic connotations. We'll see if more karmic cards show up. But the fact that she's in reverse underneath this Page of Cups tells me that something needs to be made right. Okay, so for a portion of you, yes, this could be a serious talk or conversation that hasn't been had yet, that needs to be, right? To turn this Lady Justice upside down, make it right, make it balanced. For a portion of you, yeah, this could be someone that may owe an apology as well. So I'm kind of picking up the energy that there may have been somebody that either feels like they've messed up, feels like they've made a mistake. We'll see how it matures, but there is a possibility for that, okay? Whether it is that serious talk that needs to be had that hasn't been had, or someone that wants to make something right, have a talk, apologize because they feel like they've messed something up. That's just one thing I'm picking up here as well. For a portion of you, there could be negotiations as well. So obviously not every Gemini. For a small portion of you, there's like a negotiation process showing up here. Take that for whatever it's worth, right? I do know in life negotiations happen from time to time with various things, but those are the main things I'm picking up. We'll talk about it more during the recap. Okay, whether it is mistake, apology, serious talk, like all those things were coming through. So let's see why the Three of Wands is here for you, my friends. We're just going to keep going because that's just the start of the story. So why is the Three of Wands here for Gemini? Why is that Three of Wands here? Okay, there we go. Thank you. Oh, man. Five of Swords in the upright. I'm not a big fan of this energy. I'm going to be real with you. There is someone that could be angry, upset, or mad, even if they're not showing it. That's a big possibility what I'm picking up. To me, it doesn't have to be like, yeah, someone's waiting around or manifesting a fight. I don't feel like that's for a lot of you. I'd say for a small portion of you, the good message that we could pull from this, you might be manifesting self-sufficiency in one way or another, or independence. The Five of Swords can be good for determination and self-sufficiency. So maybe some of you are manifesting that, like wanting to do something on your own. But another vibe I'm picking up, this is a card of conflict. It's a card of fight. It's a card of people that are narcissistic and selfish in nature. So underneath the Three of Wands, there's a bit of anger or madness right here in the center. Okay, it makes sense with what we're seeing in the front end. If there's a conversation that needs to be had and there hasn't been, or there's an apology that needs to be had and there hasn't been, or something needs to be made right, could see why someone could be holding a bit of a grudge here in the center. So yeah, there is that little bit of a positive message of self-sufficiency and self-reliance, but I'm not really liking the vibe I'm picking here in the center. It's like, yeah, they might not be showing it or saying it, but this is someone who is not harboring the best types of energies. Okay, so whether that's how they're thinking about you, or it's very disgruntled, like someone holding a bit of a grudge. So we're going to keep moving forward. Bit of anger there in the center, but let's see what the King of Cups has to say, right? Because although those energies are in the mix, there's still the soft energy of the Cups court card. So let's go in on that King of Cups. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card, talk about it a little more. Just notice on the top here, we're water heavy. On the bottom, now we're air heavy. These are a lot of internal energies. So let's see what the King of Cups has to say. There's our good friend here. Okay. Empress in reverse, huh? Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, this is a good result in the end, but it's not ideal. That's something I'm picking up for some of you. So take that however you will. Whatever comes of these energies we have up front, it's like, okay, this is an acceptable outcome. But to me, it's not like, whoa, yeah, massive victory, it's coming, good things. Like, of course, we could take a more optimistic approach to it. To me, it's just more of like an acceptable outcome. It's like, all right, it's not blowing my socks off, but I'll take it. It's giving me one of those. So if it is due to this conversation or this stuff, like the situation might turn out in a better way, but not in the ideal way. We have the Empress in reverse. So this could represent a Taurus. Once again, it could be a Libra. Lots of Libra cards showing up here because she's Venus energy. When she shows up in reverse, this could be somebody that is a little on shaky ground, okay, when I see her. In the upright, she is all about the abundance, the blessings, the good things, the potential and possibilities. In reverse, yeah, there could be somebody there's doing a lot of emotional suppression as well. Because the challenge of the queen, or not the queen, the Empress herself, is that she could be a little smothering sometimes. This energy could like corner somebody or make them feel smothered, like there's too much happening. So when we have a card of love and emotion here, there could be someone that's feeling too much, right? They're feeling too much emotion, or they're feeling smothered by their emotion, especially with what we have here in the center. It's like, yeah, I feel it, but it's too much. So I would expect good outcomes in this time, but just not like super, super good. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Like, it's acceptable. Like, it's acceptable. I'll take it. Good enough type of energy. Let's go through piece by piece, and I mean, for some of you, might just be having issues, like I said, with a Taurus or a Libra. Very possible. Even a mother figure here with the Empress. But let's go through. I'll give you the recap, then we'll get into the shadow card, Gemini. In position number 1, and yeah, we do have this maturation of the energy, which is kind of nice, but we have the Page of Cups with Lady Justice in reverse. I said for some of you, this is a serious conversation that needs to take place, maybe one that hasn't yet. Something might need to be made right. So maybe there's someone that owes an apology of some sort. Maybe they feel like they made a mistake and they need to make it right in one way or another. I also picked up some sort of negotiation process as well, so take that for what you will. Moving to the center, we have the Three of Wands with the Five of Swords in the upright. In its best form, maybe this is you wanting some sort of independence or self-sufficiency. Could be good, but at the same time, I was picking up here as like somebody feeling quite disgruntled, right? Angry, upset, or mad. Might not be saying it, but on the inside, this is someone who is feeling those things, okay? So whether that's you or somebody else, it's there in the energy, so I'd watch out for that. Moving to the back end, we have the conclusion of this energy. We have the King of Cups with the Empress in reverse. An outcome that's acceptable, but not over the moon. It's like, all right, I'll take it. It's good enough. Watch out for issues with Libras in particular, especially Tauruses as well, other mother figures, things like that. But I feel this energy on the back end, there's someone who's just experiencing wave after wave, too much emotion to the point where it's almost smothering. So do with that what you will, Gemini. Please take a screenshot. Let's get a shadow card. I mean, yeah, this back end could still be read well. I'm just giving you the intuitive vibes, okay? Let's see what's in the shadows for Gemini. Yes, my friends, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you, maybe something you don't quite see yet. Doesn't always have to be a challenge. A lot of times the shadow card could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yes, if you've made it to this point in reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It is a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love and appreciation for all my channel members. No pressure, obviously. Let's get you one shadow card. What is in the shadows? Thank you. Okay. Temperance. Yeah, a card of patience, kind of like what we had here. So there could be someone actually testing your patience here when Temperance is here. This could be a very good card as well. Now, some of you might be linked to Sagittarius when Temperance is in the mix. Generally, in most decks, it has the Archangel Michael. This is a huge card of energetic and spiritual protection. So some of you might just need to hear it. In the shadows, you might not see it, but you are being protected on the spirit side, which is a very good, nice, reassuring thing to hear. But Temperance is a big card of patience, letting something mellow out, letting something calm down. And with what we had in the center of the spread itself, if you are feeling quite disgruntled about anything or something's just not sitting right, you might want to let it mellow out a little bit, all right? I mean, I'm not telling you what you should do and how you should treat situations, but Temperance is a card of patience, and we saw it in the spread itself. So Gemini, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details, the January subscriber surprise. For the January subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls tarot deck. It's one of my favorite new decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what are one of your biggest goals for this year that we just entered into? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll announce the winners in my community tab at random. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again soon.